My name is Elena, and I am 23 years old. I come from a small town in Romania. My voice may sound different to you, and my English is not perfect. But today, I want to tell you something very special. Please listen to the full story. It is not just a story. It is a journey of love, hope, mistakes, learning, and how reading changed my life. This story will help you improve your English reading and speaking, but also help you feel something beautiful in your heart. You will learn simple English, you will feel strong emotions, and in the end, you will remember this story forever. When I was a little girl, maybe 7 or 8 years old, I loved to look at books. I didn't understand English, but the pictures made me dream. I saw children in other countries reading books in big schools. I saw smiling faces. I saw people learning, growing, changing. I wanted to be like them. But in my village, we had no English books, no internet. My father was a farmer. My mother made bread and sold it in the market. We had a small house, only 2 rooms. At night, I used to sit outside and look at the stars. I would talk to myself in broken English. One day, I speak English good, I whispered to the moon. My sisters laughed at me. You're crazy, they said, but I didn't stop. When I turned 13, a new teacher came to our school. Her name was Miss Anna. She was kind. She smiled a lot. She spoke English so beautifully. I wanted to be like her. Teacher, I asked one day, how can I speak like you? She looked at me with warm eyes. Elena, you must read every day. Read stories. Speak them. Feel them. Practice in front of a mirror. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I followed her advice. I found an old English storybook in the school library. The pages were torn. The cover was brown and dusty, but I held it like treasure. Every night, I read aloud. I didn't understand every word, but I repeated the sentences. This is my house. My name is Sam. She is my friend. Small sentences, simple words, but I felt powerful. In the morning, I stood in front of my mirror. Hello, how are you? I said with a smile. My voice was shaking, but my heart was strong. One day, Miss Anna gave us homework. She asked us to write her story in English. Everyone wrote a few lines. I wrote full pages. It was about a cat who lost her baby and searched in the rain. It was sad but sweet. Next day, she read my story in front of the whole class. Elena, she said, this is beautiful. I cried, not because of the words, but because someone believed in me. That day, something changed in my heart. I felt I could do anything. Years passed. I finished school. My parents had no money for university, but I did not give up. I worked in a bakery in the city. I cleaned floors. I washed dishes. But every night, I read one English story. I wrote one English paragraph. I watched English videos with subtitles. Sometimes I felt tired. Sometimes I wanted to cry. But I remembered the cat in my story, walking in the rain to find her baby. One day, while cleaning tables, I heard a tourist speaking in English. I think we're lost. One man said. I walked to them and said, can I help you? They smiled. You speak English. I gave them directions. I also gave them warm tea from the bakery. The next day, they returned. The woman gave me a small book. It's a gift, she said. Your English is lovely. It was a book of simple stories in English. Level 1. I read that book again and again. I read it in the morning. I read it on the bus. I read it before sleeping. Every page made me feel better. Every story made me stronger. One story was about a man who had no shoes. He was sad. But then he saw a man with no legs, and he smiled again. That story made me cry. It taught me to be thankful. Another story was about a girl who gave food to a hungry dog every day. One day, the dog saved her from a thief. That story made me believe in kindness. I started writing my own stories in a notebook. One day, I posted a short story on Facebook. It was about my mother's hands, how they worked so hard, how they touched my head when I was sick, how they made bread with love. Many people liked it. Some cried. One girl from India wrote, "I don't know you, but I feel you. Your English is simple, but your heart is deep." I smiled. I was just a girl from a small village. But my words reached across the world. Now I make videos. I read simple English stories. I help others learn to speak English. People message me, "Elena, your voice gives me peace. Your stories help me speak. Your words heal my heart." Sometimes I sit alone and think, how did this happen? And then I remember that little girl who whispered to the moon, "One day, I speak English good." She was scared, but she didn't stop. Now, I want to tell you something very important. You can do it too. If you are listening now, maybe your English is not perfect. Maybe people laugh at you. Maybe you feel small. But let me tell you this, your voice matters. Your words can touch hearts. Your story is important. You just need to start. Read a little every day. Speak in front of your mirror. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are your teachers. Every time you read a new story, you grow. Every time you speak a sentence, you become stronger. I want to help you. That's why I am sharing my story. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. My name is underscore 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 underscore. I am learning English. I make mistakes, but I don't give up. I believe in myself. Say it again. Say it with love. Say it with power. You are not alone. I am with you. I want you to feel proud.